Welcome to my May 25th Sketching and Painting with Bill episode. I want to talk today about making sketchbooks, something that I've become really excited about. About a year ago, I got interested in bookbinding, and I ordered a whole kit. It wasn't terribly expensive. It included thread and included the bone folder tools that you'll see in the video in a bit. All I needed really to do my own bookbinding. I did go to Joann's, I think it was, and I bought a mattress needle. It's kind of a rounded needle, and that made a big difference. But what I did was order paper, Fabriano Studio paper from Jerry's Artorama, actually, in a 10-pack. And the paper I got was 22 inches by 30 inches, was 140 pound, 300 GSM, which is a good weight of paper. It's watercolor paper, and so it's cold press, which means it has a bit of a texture. Again, something I like compared to hot press, which is smoother. So the per sheet cost when you buy a 10-pack is like $4.80, and out of that 22 by 30 inch piece, I can make an entire sketchbook. Originally, I was using my bookbinding kit to make the sketchbooks, and I actually sewed. You know, when you fold several pieces together, they're called a signature, and so this has 5 signatures. Those 2 long sheets give you 4 sheets, and each side is considered a page, and so each signature has 8 pages, if you will, and 5 of them make 40 pages, so or really 20 sheets. And I use this little one for a color journal, so I just keep track of how I've made come up with colors, and it's really handy. It's a little loose, as you can see. It was one of my early attempts, and it's really sewn. And the chipboard I use, I got a little bit too close to the edge with the holes, and so therefore I had to put tape on here to make sure the thread didn't come out. But that's one example. And another one I did where they're typical signatures, and I can go single sheet like this, or I can go, I could go a full spread, although I don't usually do that. I can do a full spread drawing this way. And I had to, and I taped this. Not that I had to. I just, I guess I hadn't yet learned how to stitch. And stitching is time consuming. It's fun. But I found a better way, or at least a better way for me, because after going through several different sketchbooks, commercial, some ones that I've made, I found that what I really like is a drawing area of 7 inches by 5 inches. So if I cut a piece of paper to 7.5 inches by 5 inches, that makes a fine sketchbook and allows for a binding. So what I've done is use the paper that I originally purchased, and I tear it, as you'll see in the video, I tear it into 16 sheets. So 16 sheets makes 32 pages, because each side of the sheet is referred to as a page. I don't usually sketch on the back of my pages, and so because of that, I went to this spiral binding. This has been my go-to way to make sketchbooks, and what I'm going to show you in this video. What I used for this was just plain brown wrapping paper, and the glue shows through a little bit, so it's not the greatest material to use. So I bought some heavier duty paper, which is quite durable. I'm also using the new block of 10 sheets of the Fabriano Artistico paper. So this different way of binding is I still use chipboard. Each 12 by 12 will give me 2 5 by 7.5 cuts, and therefore this makes the cover for my sketchbook. I cover it with paper, and I use this neutral pH Lineco glue, and you'll see that I use paper towels to wipe the glue, smear the glue onto the paper, which is probably not the most elegant way to do it, but I just haven't figured out how I'm going to use it, or a brush rather, that I see other people doing. I still want to deal with cleaning a brush after using it. Paper towel works fine. So those are the ingredients of the sketchbook. Now let's take a look at how I actually put it together from start to finish, including the cover. Okay, it's about 8 minutes long, so stick with me. I'll be back. Bye. Okay, so there you have it. Now, what I do, once I've got all the pages torn and stacked and have made the covers, I then take it to our local UPS store where they do a plastic spiral binding, and it costs, with tax, $3.15. Can't go wrong. So now, basically, with all costs considered, cost of the piece of paper, cost of the chipboard, etc., it ends up costing me less than $9 for a 16 sheet sketchbook or 32-page sketchbook with fine watercolor paper. So I encourage you to give it a try. I love these little sketchbooks, and they're my go-to now. I'll still use commercial sketchbooks sometimes, particularly if I develop a desire to do spreads, because with a spiral bound sketchbook you really can't do a spread justice. So thanks for checking in on this, and I'll see you in the next Sketching and Painting with Bill episode. Goodbye.